There we go. Welcome to Converse in the Ninjaverse, episode 99. I'm Will.
I'm Chris.
I'm Mike.
And we're stuffed with turkey.
Absolutely.
Is...
I made my first turkey, and it was awesome.
Was it wrapped in bacon?
You never had turkey before?
Well, no, I cooked my first turkey like on my own. Usually my mother does the turkey cooking. I did the turkey cooking this year.
What happened to your mom?
Nazis got her.
Nazis. Damn it, always Nazis.
I think my mom actually had Thanksgiving dinner at a bar. So go mom.
Nice.
Because none of her kids were around because we suck.
You're all terrible, terrible children.
We are. Absolutely.
Bunch of pricks, yeah.
Yep.
All right, so anyway, was it wrapped in bacon?
It was not wrapped in bacon. It was just kind of your standard turkey, and I'm not really much of a turkey guy. Like I'll eat turkey one day a year, and it came out so good. I was like, I will eat this every day forever.
Nice.
So I was excited.
I made
and I didn't burn the complex down, which is even better. So
I think last year I made the turkey, and it was good. I put everything in the turkey. I poured beer on it. I put some Captain Morgan inside. It was delicious.
Nice.
And
See,
stuffing.
I eat turkey probably a couple times a month. I make turkey breasts at home. I do a lot of different things with turkey. To me, what makes it Thanksgiving is like the stuffing and all the other crap.
All the other crap, yeah.
All your accoutrements.
Yeah, good.
I just ate a bowl of stuffing a couple days ago just because
it was there.
Like stuffing. All right,
And
now
when all said and done, when you have some leftover turkey, some leftover mashed potatoes, some gravy, some stuffing, you take all that, you put it in a bowl together, you mix it up, you put it in a microwave, you heat that up and eat some of that shit.
you melt cheese on top.
No, you put some cranberry sauce on top.
See, I don't do the cranberry sauce.
Yeah, well.
I substitute cheese.
And you can take all that, balled up like that, scoop it onto some bread, and just make a sandwich like that.
Nice.
All right, now that we've turned into the Ninjaverse cooking show,
Which is coming.
yes, next week we may have a video of a pizza cake. Just throwing it out there.
Just saying.
Possibly. But there was movies and shit that came out over the weekend.
There was movies and shit that came out over the weekend. There's some came out over the weekend, some came out a couple weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
Sitting at number one in the box office, it's kind of underwhelming for the series, it seems, is The Hunger Games Mockingjay Part 1. Took in $56.9 million, $25 million, $225 million total, and I think it's been out 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Still raking in the cash, but as far as the franchise goes, I think I heard that it was the lowest opening of any of the Hunger Games movies.
Really?
I've seen the first one. It's the third one, and it's 2 parts because they got to drag it out and make more money.
Built that shit.
I'm looking at you, Avenger.
To incorporate more of the story from the novel that it's drawn from.
Maybe.
Should have done that with Harry Potter Part 3 so we could have the whole house elf thing in there.
Yeah. Number 2 in its first week was Penguins of Madagascar. Took in $35.5 million.
Why?
Because.
Now, what would you consider this? Is this a sequel to Madagascar, or is this the theatrical movie for the Penguins of Madagascar television cartoon?
I'd say it's that plus a spin-off of Madagascar.
Yeah.
I wouldn't call it a sequel.
Okay.
I'd say it's more of a sequel to the show.
Yeah, I guess it's a movie from the show that spun out of the movie.
Okay.
Yeah.
I know kids love this stuff. My nephew loves Penguins of Madagascar.
It's fun. I've caught an episode here and there, and you know.
Those characters reminded me the most of like old Warner Brothers characters.
Mm-hmm.
Like, or not even that old Warner Brothers characters. Like they were close to being the good feathers from Animaniacs.
Yeah.
Oh
shit! You know what I learned today?
What did you learn today?
We were watching something at work because we were slow as shit, and it was like the 20 most disturbing scenes from kids' TV shows.
Okay.
Did you know what the last episode of Tom and Jerry is?
No.
That one when they have sex and then blow each other?
No. Even worse. The
Worse?
whole episode, Tom is trying to win the heart of his girlfriend who the rich cat in town kind of took her from him. So he's like buying her gifts and all this other shit, and she just keeps kind of refusing him. So
Is you ain't my baby cat?
Yeah.
Okay.
And he's literally sitting on the train tracks, like looking depressed and sad.
And he gets hit by a train?
Wait. So Jerry is up on top of the bridge, and he's looking at the picture of his girlfriend, and he's kissing the picture, and he's all happy, blah, blah, blah. Come to find out that she's stepping out on him with a rich mouse. So now they're both sitting on the train tracks at the end of the episode, sad, and you hear the train coming, and the camera lifts up. That's the last episode of Tom and Jerry.
That can't be real.
It's real. I researched it after watching the video.
That shit up.
I researched it after watching the video. Real as fuck. Just like I did not realize there was a kid that died on Captain Planet from a drug overdose.
Really?
Yeah. Shit got dark.
I guess so.
The Russian girl on Captain Planet, her friend, they were experimenting with drugs and he passed out.
Well, that would explain Captain Planet then, in general.
Yeah, pretty much. All right, continue. That just reminded me of the scary Tom and Jerry thing I heard.
That was completely random.
You were talking about cartoons.
Yeah. Well, number 3 is Big Hero 6. Took in about $19 million for the weekend. Nice. $157 million total. Again, I saw it a couple weeks ago. It's fantastic. If you haven't seen it, go see it. Number 4 is Interstellar. Took in about $16 million for the weekend. $147 million total. Still kind of up in the air with it as far as wanting to see it or not.
Every other person I talk to about Interstellar, it's love or hate.
Yeah, I'm getting the same thing.
On alternate, literally like every other person. I saw Interstellar. What'd you think? It was boring as fuck. I saw Interstellar. What'd you think? It was brilliant. And just one after another.
And I think that's kind of why I'm not just dying to go see it. I'm not,
It's a definite division line movie. You got half of it that like it, half of it don't. So
I'm sure I'll see it at some point.
Mm-hmm.
And then coming in at number 3, and I'm a little surprised or number 5. I'm sorry. I'm a little surprised that this opened so poorly. There's Horrible Bosses 2.
You know what? I'm surprised, but at the same time, it had a lot of competition.
It's got a lot of...
It did, but I would have thought it would have put up a little bit of a better show.
It didn't get hyped that much.
Yeah, I mean, I've been seeing commercials for every other commercial out here. I don't know about you guys at home.
It's getting hype, and you got to remember it's an R-rated comedy in a time when
families.
No, yeah, and it came out against 2 kids' cartoons, Hunger Games that every 15-year-old girl or whatever it is, 13-year-old girl goes sees. Interstellar, the smart sci-fi. So it's, I think that's respectable. 15 million, 20 million.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying it's tanking. Personally, I just thought it would have been a little higher.
I would have thought it would have been in the top 3, but I guess that's a tough, holiday weekend. A lot of, everybody, all the kids are off school. You're bringing the kids to see movies.
Yeah.
Right.
Now, there was big news that happened. We're not going to talk about that yet.
All right. But Birdman climbed up another spot in the top. It's in number 9.
Ooh.
It did. And you know what's still sitting at number 19?
Guardians of the Galaxy?
Guardians of the fucking Galaxy.
Yeah. I just watched that twice over the weekend. Because at my parents' house, my brother hooked his PlayStation 3 up to the old-ass TV. And first of all, you can't play... No, but you cannot play current games on the old TV because everything is blurry and you can't read any words. So I had to play Final Fantasy VII because that's the only thing that looked good. But then I remembered I could hook my Voodoo account to it, so we were watching movies and shit all weekend. Yeah. But yeah, Guardians of the Galaxy, I felt like I was watching a bootleg because it was so dark and grainy on that TV. Yeah. So I had to watch it again when I got home.
Nice.
To fix it. But before we get into the news that everybody's expecting us to talk about right off the bat, let's talk about...
We're going to make you wait for it.
Yes. because we got a year to wait for it. Let's talk about a movie we got to wait for another 3 years. Suicide Squad.
Yeah, there was some Suicide Squad casting.
Yes, most of the casting got confirmed. All the rumors, usually people are goddamn wrong when it comes to the rumors. They were all spot on with this one. You got Will Smith as Deadshot, Tom Hardy as General Flag.
Wait. So we are confirming that Will Smith will once again be playing a white comic book character.
Yes.
All right.
Yes. So Will Smith is Deadshot, Tom Hardy's General Flag, Margot Robbie as Harley Quinn, Jared Leto as Joker, and then there's a couple of people that off the top of my head.
Jai Courtney is going to be Boomerang.
Boomerang.
Cara Delevingne is going to be Enchantress,
which I think is a Wonder Woman villain.
I don't know. I was gonna say I thought she was a Thor villain, but
no, there's a couple Enchantresses.
Yeah, you know,
just like there's a couple of Boomerang people.
You say tomato, I say tomato, you know, that sort of thing.
And the rumor that's still a rumor right now is they're trying to get Oprah Winfrey for Amanda Waller.
I did hear that.
I'm fine with that.
I don't really know the Suicide Squad all that well.
I saw a meme. It was the Oprah like, you get a car, it was like, you get a collar, you get a collar, you get a collar.
Well, I think Oprah Winfrey is the only black actress who has not played Amanda Waller. There's been so many different versions of her between theatrical stuff and movies.
Now we got TV. We got Amanda Waller on Arrow, who's
Amanda Waller black girl. Smallville. Pam Grier was Amanda Waller in Smallville. And who played Tina Turner in Can't Buy Me Love?
Cicely Tyson.
No, not Cicely Tyson. Oh, for the love of God, I can't remember her name either.
Oh my God.
We're gonna lose. We're gonna lose.
Question. And he's like, no. God damn it, we should.
What the hell's her name?
It's I'm gonna have it in a second.
You're googling. Anyway, so while you're googling,
well, Mike's googling.
Yeah, so
I can't tell you how excited.
There you go.
I knew it was something like that. And I just can't tell you guys how excited I am for another Batman movie.
This isn't Batman.
It's Batman villains.
Suicide Squad is not strictly Batman villains. It's not strictly Batman villains. It's villains from everybody, because Captain Boomerang is a Flash villain.
He is.
And Deadshot's a everybody villain.
And I'm sure Stephen Amwell's going to be very happy that there's another Flash character in a movie that has nothing to do with the TV.
And another Deadshot. There was already Deadshot on Arrow.
Deadshot has been a recurring character on Arrow.
Multiverse.
So, again, joking about it being a Batman movie aside, I don't know how you're going to do a movie on villains.
All right, here was my thinking today.
Well,
Marvel took how many movies to get to Guardians of the Galaxy, a team where we knew nothing about it?
Yeah.
Where DC is going 3 movies in on their universe. You're already getting
because DC is just like a tree and a talking raccoon. We got to do something.
But in the same token, I'm more excited for that than I am for Batman versus Superman.
Yeah.
Because at least it's something new.
True.
Something fresh.
True.
Yeah, but it kind of loses the impact if you don't have any of these villains as villains already.
True. Now, from what I read today, there will be a mention of Joker in Batman vs. Superman. He may.
How are they going to shoehorn the Suicide Squad to an already packed Batman vs. Superman?
They're already talking about another villain adding into Batman Superman. KG Beast is supposed to be working for Luthor.
Holy balls!
Yeah, and Doomsday is supposed to show up too.
Yeah.
It might as well just be. They might as well just put Lego Batman 3 in the theaters. Here you go, and call it a day.
On a side note, I finally saw the Lego movie.
And?
Fucking brilliant.
It was, wasn't it? It was so good.
It was fucking brilliant. So anybody that hasn't seen a Lego movie yet, watch the Lego movie.
It was so good. And the Lego Batman movie they have coming out is gonna have all of the Batman from all of the eras, the Tim Burton Batman, the Adam West Batman, the everybody Batman.
Nice.
And I also today, I think I heard it on the radio, there was a fan theory out there, just because we're talking about Batman real quick, that Batman Forever and Batman and Robin
don't exist.
Actually are movies in the Tim Burton universe that Michael Keaton lives in about Batman. So, like, somebody took his adventures and made them a movie, which is why they're so out there.
I understand that the whole Pixar theory is a big thing, and that, like, you know, you can tie all these movies in together. You cannot tie those two hunks of shit into anything Batman.
In all fairness, one of them was a hunk of shit. The other
one of them was a hunk of shit. The other one was okay. It was okay. And it does give me a line that one of my favorite lines of any Batman movie. I fell forever.
And my least favorite line of any Batman movie, the Bat credit card, don't leave the cave without it. I almost
pretty much
out the fucking theater. But it was my brother's birthday, and that's what he wanted to do for his birthday, so I took him to go see it.
I'm sorry.
I knew it was a terrible movie when they had people from the movie theater dress up as Riddler and Catwoman and do a little fucking stage show before the movie.
They did a stage show? Oh, that would have been
Oh, my God. Catwoman and Riddler come down the aisle, right? And they're all upset I know. And they're all upset because they're not in the new Batman movie and they weren't asked. And then the police officers come down and arrest them. It was weird.
I don't think that was a show. I don't think that was a stage show. I think that was a real thing that happened. I think people dressed up and raided the movie theater, and those were real cops.
It might have been. But you know what? Hopefully it was. All right. Moving on. Remember we talked last week or 2 weeks ago? Oh, go ahead, Mike.
I don't know if you guys have been watching how much Arrow and Flash you've been watching.
Yeah.
I didn't watch any of this week's one when this week they're doing the crossover. And that's big. And there's
so good.
There's stuff and there's things. But Arrow and Flash so far have been the best Batman and Superman TV shows ever made.
Nice.
Because the way they're structuring it, those are kind of the stories that they're telling. Arrow, which has always kind of been Green Arrow has always kind of been the B-class Batman.
Which is exactly how they play him.
And the way they've been doing Flash, it's very Superman. To the fact that Iris Allen is a blogger who's reporting on the Flash and putting herself in danger because of her Flash interactions.
Yeah. Nice. Now, part 2 of the crossover, we're recording this on Wednesday this week, so part 2 of the crossover is tonight, so I will be watching this Thursday morning. But I did see part 1 with Flash and Arrow. I'm not going to spoil anything, but it was so fucking good. It's just so good. Like, there is actually a moment when Dr. Wells is talking to Barry about Oliver, and I was looking and I'm doing something, all of a sudden I heard him say that man. I could have sworn he said Batman. I was like but no, he was like that man. But yeah,
well, it wasn't until last week's, I guess, episode of Flash that I freeze-framed on the newspaper article from the future that Harrison Wells always reads, that the byline in the bottom left of the cover that says Flash is missing is a LexCorp Wayne Tech merger mention.
Yeah. Like, they're throwing those nods in there. Next week's Flash episode, which is the mid-season finale, he runs across the man in the yellow suit. So, and from the description, it throws 2 people out the window of who they think is in the suit, but it's not him. So, yeah, but yeah, if anybody not watching Flash, you're fucking doing it wrong. Watch Flash. It's so good. Everybody was like, oh, I don't know if it's going to work. It fucking works.
I think I figured out, too, what villain Harrison Wells might be.
Who? Because I'm stuck. I don't know who he might be.
It's Gorilla Grodd.
It's not. Because they already tackled Grodd.
Solomon Grundy?
No, they mentioned they had Solomon Grundy on Arrow.
Yeah, they did. No, with the whole Grodd thing, there's a thing when 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
When it was Wells and whatever, they showed Grodd got out of his cage. He's somewhere.
Yes.
No, that's not Harrison Wells.
It is. Harrison Wells dies in the explosion. Gorilla Grodd, who then gains psychic powers, is using his psychic powers to make everybody think that he's Harrison Wells when he's really a gorilla in a wheelchair.
I would give CW all my money. if that's what was going on right now.
It doesn't really explain the thing from the future, but I so want him to be. I just so want him to be like, let me show you what you're not seeing. And then it's gorilla.
Yeah, but
that would be cool. That would be
this
cool.
week's is good. I think what's his face, Captain Cold and Heatwave are supposed to show up either tonight or next week. But somebody does show up at the end of the Flash episode, which is so good. But yeah, I'm not gonna talk about it anymore because I don't want to spoil it for anybody that hasn't watched it yet. So I'm not gonna say nothing.
Does Batman show up?
No, I'm just waiting for I want Nightwing to show up. I just want Nightwing to show up. I'd be happy with Nightwing. I know we're not getting Batman. Now that they're saying Supergirl may actually tie into this show, I think we're gonna start seeing we'll see Nightwing at some point. I think he's gonna show up on Arrow if anything. I'm hoping Cisco turns into Vibe by the end of the season. Because that would be awesome.
I don't know if they're going to push the Vibe thing for a long time. That might be like a season 5.
I think it might be a season 2
we're going to pull out all the stops before we end the run. I don't know if we're going to get Vibe.
He'd be awesome. Because Cisco's actually one of my favorite characters on the show. He's just funny as shit. I like him.
I do like on Arrow how they're positioning the Atom to show up.
Yes, with his Iron Atom suit.
Yes, they kind of have made him kind of a less smug Tony Stark.
Nice.
Brandon Routh getting all the superhero roles.
Yes.
Yeah, I like his character on the show too. They're doing a really good job. I mean, they have that on lockdown. Meanwhile, Constantine is maybe stopping after episode 13.
Yeah, they didn't order more.
Which I hope not. They haven't come right out and said that it's canceled, but from what I hear, it's gotten a pretty good fan response.
Just in that Friday night death slot, man.
And that's on NBC for that. I mean,
it follows Grimm. I think Grimm has, for that weird Friday night spot that nobody watches TV.
I didn't even know Grimm was still on.
Yeah, it's like season 4.
Really? All right.
Well, that's the thing. I remember back in the day when Friday night used to be the night.
Really?
Friday night used to be
Step by
night.
Step and Family Matters?
Yeah, way back in the day when we were kids, all the good shows were on Friday night.
Boy Meets World, Perfect Strangers.
Yeah, motherfucker.
Yeah, exactly. Family Matters, Full House.
Yeah. What was that? Oh, there was this. What the fuck was that show?
What show?
Oh my God! Oh, Hogan Family. Hogan Family. That was on Monday nights.
Yeah, Hogan Family started as Valerie's Family.
It started as Valerie,
and then they killed off Valerie.
Yes.
In a bizarre role for a sitcom.
And then brought in Sandy Duncan with her one eye.
Oh God, that's not nice.
She does. She has a glass eye.
I know. She can see the future with that eye.
Just saying.
Okay. That was terrible, and I'm going to hell. All right. What else we got?
Sandy Duncan for?
I don't know what
we're doing. That was a very long road to get to an eye joke.
I've got a couple little things.
All right, let's talk about the little things, and then we got big things to talk about.
Then we got big things. First off, there is talk of Blade Runner 2 finally, and supposedly
Blade Runner 2.
Finally, yeah. And supposedly Ridley Scott is in talks to direct.
Really?
Harrison Ford is going to be in it, but kind of in a passing of the torch kind of role. So I was kind of joking with my wife because I introduced her to Blade Runner over the weekend, I think, and said that Harrison Ford is going back and revisiting all his old characters because he went back a couple years ago and did that awful Indiana Jones movie.
We don't talk about that movie.
Awful Indiana Jones movie. He's doing, a new Star Wars movie, and now he's going back to play,
He's hitting that well.
He's going back to being Blade Runner. So I'm kind of excited about that because Blade Runner is a fantastic sci-fi movie. The other thing, and this is coming out tomorrow since we're recording
Rutger
this.
Hauer going to be in Blade Runner 2?
Who knows? That would be awesome.
I finally watched Hobo with a Shotgun. Did I talk about that at all?
Yeah, I haven't watched Hobo with a Shotgun.
Yeah, I didn't watch it yet. Don't talk about it yet.
Well, there's not much to give away. There's a hobo.
Hobo with a shotgun.
And he's finding justice.
Nice.
And it's Rutger Hauer. I love having to explain who Rutger Hauer is to people. I'm like, he was like an action star that wasn't pretty and wasn't anything, but he was.
He was in stuff talented
and things, and then he just kind of went away.
Speaking of actors that aren't very good looking, this is kind of off what I was gonna talk about, but you just made me think of this. Was over the weekend, Mickey Rourke.
Oh yeah,
boxing match in Russia.
2 years old right now,
and he won. But there's a little bit of controversy because it was kind of like a phantom punch.
Oh.
He like tapped the dude. He went like tap in the stomach, and the dude like doubled over and fell down like he was shot.
He was like, and then the dude flipped over like Shawn Michaels after he gets bounced into the ropes.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know if you remember, Mickey Rourke did this 20, 25 years ago.
Vaguely.
He did the same thing, where he was boxing, and he wound up like boxing. It turned out the guy that he beat was some job or professional wrestler.
Because the Brooklyn Brawler
that took a dive for him.
But
Brooklyn Brawler was not a jobber.
He was Brooklyn Brawler was part of the Heenan family at one point.
I know.
Came in to defeat the turncoat Red Rooster.
Yes.
Fucking Red Rooster.
One of the worst gimmicks ever.
It really
was. That's for another kind of show.
Yes.
Did you ever see that internet rumor that Steve Lombardi has had such a long career in WWF because he was Pat Patterson's boyfriend?
I never heard that.
Really?
It was one of those weird. It was like weird things, like crazy wrestling rumors that I found. I'm neither confirming nor denying it. I'm just saying that it was something I read. If I have no problem with Steve Lombardi and Pat Patterson making sweet, sweet love to each other.
Moving on.
Oh Christ! What I was starting to say was
there is a video where two intercontinental
Chris
champions.
is going to strangle you next week with a piece of cake.
There is that video out there where two intercontinental champions get it on.
Yes.
But that's neither here nor there. As I was starting to say, we're recording this on Wednesday, so you'll probably hear this after the fact, but the new Terminator trailer is hitting tomorrow.
I saw the teaser.
I saw the teaser today, the Terminator Genesis, which has one of everybody's favorite Doctor Who's in it.
Yes.
Matt Smith.
It made me more excited than the Jurassic World trailer.
Yeah, and that was the next thing I was going to bring up. We watched it earlier, and I going in, I could care less about the Jurassic World, and then I saw the trailer, and I'm completely on board for it.
I'm almost the other way because I'm not a huge fan of the hybrid dinosaur.
I'm not really either, but
I guess you needed to kind of dip into another well because you've done
everything.
Rex, you've done Velociraptor, you've done. God ain't making any new dinosaurs, so I guess man has to.
Yeah, and I
have a Kardashian face.
I'm not saying it's going to be the greatest Jurassic Park ever. Cause...
Well, what I did think that they dodged a bullet was I read something briefly that they were considering making it a dinosaur-humid hybrid.
Like I said,
that would have been a completely.
Yeah.
It would have broken the internet.
It has Chloe's face with Kim's ass, and then scaly.
Just two little tiny arms. Just...
and then Kanye's like, I'm gonna let you finish, but this is the sexiest dinosaur of all time.
Greasy ass.
So I'm kind of excited about the new Jurassic Park. We'll see how it does. But yeah, it's a dinosaur movie and it's got Chris Pratt in it.
Yes.
And I think the kid from the kid from Iron Man 3 too. I think.
Oh, the kid that Tony's a dick to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's the kid.
I like
the
that.
kid that they should have made Amadeus Cho.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
And then I'll do one and then I'll do the other because one's kind of happy, and one is kind of sad. There's rumors that, and this is video game news, and I'm actually bringing video game news to the table. Who would have thunk it?
Oh, happy birthday, PlayStation! It's 20th anniversary.
God, we're old.
I know.
Kingdom Hearts 3 is rumored to be having Star Wars characters and Marvel characters in it, which kind of excites me.
I'll buy it just because, I'm not a big fan of Kingdom Hearts. I'll buy the fuck out of that.
I love Kingdom Hearts, so I'm excited about that. And then my sad news. I don't really even know if it's kind of sad news. It's just disappointing news, I guess. And that is that the plot that we talked about 3 weeks ago,
I was actually going to say that before,
involving the Fantastic Clerks, has been confirmed.
I know. I read that. I'm like, it really wasn't a joke.
And that plot seemed so awful. So awful.
You could smell it through the internet.
You could smell it through the internet, and I said to myself...
Just like Kim Kardashian's ass.
Yeah.
I said to myself, there is no possible way this could be true. And then the internet went and said, hey,
yourself's an asshole.
Yourself's an asshole. It's true. Oh, but I do have another little rumory piece. That
I'm going to put a positive spin on this. And
okay.
I talked about this when we did that initial plot reading. That let them make this movie. Let that suck that much that Fox says, we don't want this property anymore.
We broke it. Fix it.
No, I don't even want to go, we broke it. I want Fox to even be like, this was stupid. And I almost want them to, like, sue Marvel and be like, your characters suck and we can't make a good movie out of them. It's really your fault. Give us $100 million and we're going to call it even.
Here.
And we'll take your crappy superhero movies that nobody wants to see back.
And then they show up in
the most epic. Marvel Disney would make the most epic Fantastic Four movie anybody could ever imagine.
Mm-hmm.
But I do have a little bit of a rumored palate cleanser that's a little bit of a rumor right now.
Okay.
And that is that the rumor is that the full Age of Ultron trailer is going to be attached to Tomorrowland, which is the new
interesting Disney-looking movie.
Yeah. So,
well, when is Tomorrowland coming out?
This summer.
Well, wait, hold on. Age of Ultron.
Or no, maybe not this summer, but maybe this winter. Maybe this winter.
Okay, maybe I was saying because Age of Ultron's coming out in like April or May.
Yeah, it might be this winter then. It might be soon.
Okay,
and there's actually another movie that it's attached to, and dumbass Christopher wrote down the Age of Ultron trailer is attached to the Age of Ultron.
You go into the movies to watch the trailer for the trailer.
Fuck! You dumb son of a bitch.
Speaking of trailers.
So.
Speaking of trailers.
Do we have any trailers that came out that were noteworthy?
Speaking of Disney.
Anything?
It was so good. The day on Black Friday, the day after Thanksgiving.
I waited all morning. I kept checking.
I honestly thought I was going to be up until the afternoon, and I was up by like 8 in the morning.
Yeah, I was up early and checking.
J.J. Abrams said here, and he dropped an 88-second teaser for Star Wars,
which was only supposed to be playing in 30 theaters, but I think they got smart and said let's put it online so let people experience the real trailer as opposed to some shit ass
bootleg, because he knew it was going to get out bootleg anyway.
Cell phone video of the trailer.
Let's break this shit down.
I think it looks like absolute trash.
You're a fucking liar.
I needed to change my pants when I was done watching it.
I love that the first shot is a very confused looking John Boyega from
which
Attack the Block, Which if you haven't seen Attack the Block, it's so good.
Is it another dance movie?
No, it's about a street gang.
It sounds like a dance movie.
It does sound like a dance movie.
It's about a street gang that dances.
No, it's not the FE. Listen, Attack the Block is about the street gang that they're like robbing this woman. All of a sudden, fucking aliens invade.
Oh, okay.
In London. It's so good.
I might be into that.
It's really good. They're creepy ass aliens.
But that one little shot blew up the internet.
Yeah, shitstorm. Because people are like,
why?
Oh, because people drop science. They're like, well, the stormtroopers are supposed to be clones, and why is there a black stormtrooper? It's not because he's black. It's because of canon that they're clones. Meanwhile, what people are forgetting is in Star Wars, when they're joining the Imperial Academy in the original trilogy, those clones already. This is what 16 years you're supposed to
died off.
Yeah, so they needed regular people to join the ranks of the stormtroopers. My confusion lies in the Empire is over now. Why is there still stormtroopers?
Which we'll find out.
We'll find out. But John Boyega, the first shot, he stands up looking like he just shit his pants, like something fucking terrible just happened, and he goes running across the desert.
And I really was disappointed, and I don't know why I was disappointed with the internet. Because the internet does nothing but disappoint me on a daily fucking basis.
Oh, just you wait.
Now,
and we're gonna get to that too. And I just didn't get this whole, like, I was like, dude in a stormtrooper outfit. I didn't go like, oh, he's black. Oh, this is horrible. This is cannibal. I'm like, dude in a fucking stormtrooper outfit.
He's scared.
And he's scared. Something is coming.
Some shit.
I want to see what
down.
that is. I need to spend my $15 to see this in IMAX.
Yes.
I need to find out what he's seeing. And the internet just blowed up. And
I cinematically, I thought it was whatever happens in that half a second of what we saw right there was a good shot. It was interesting. I'm not going to sit here and pretend like I'm some ultra liberal and be like, I didn't see color.
No, we've gotten in trouble.
Like,
no, but
all right, that's a black guy.
Yeah, I was like, all right, there's a black guy, but I didn't blow up.
Hold on. There were a few words that crossed my mind when I saw a black stormtrooper standing in the desert.
I know.
We found shit.
We ain't found shit.
And that meme was out instantly.
Oh, instantly.
And I was so happy. That was what made me happy about it. I'm like, all right.
So,
instantly.
I mean, and that was the thing. It's like, I just, and this is me, I just don't get the whole, there can't be black stormtroopers things. I just, Darth Vader, the blackest brother in the galaxy.
They trying to tell us we all wants to be white.
Well, don't you?
Black rage. All right, let's move on from the stormtrooper. Move on to the next shot. Where we got, is it Roller Droid is the next shot?
It's a Roller Droid. Again, something that blew up the fucking internet.
Yeah.
Fucking William fucking Shatner is calling it the new Jar Jar Binks.
Roller Droid?
William fucking Shatner.
Jealous.
Absolutely.
I so hope that Roller Droid is R2-D2 Jr. I want him to be
R2J2?
I think that Roller Droid is not even a fucking character in a movie. I think it's just something rolling through a screen and JJ went, fuck you, I'm going to throw this in the trailer.
Somebody already got a tattoo of Roller Droid on his arm. I saw that,
and I'm like, that guy's my hero.
Jar Jar Binks gonna be the shit.
Exactly, that's exactly what I thought of. I thought of that scene in Fanboys with Seth Rogen and the Jar Jar Binks.
Almost like JJ's like, all right, this is going to get this reaction. This is going to get this reaction.
Well,
absolutely.
That's the theory I have, that J.J. Abrams has been fucking with people the whole time he's been making this movie. So I almost think there's elements of this trailer that he's fucking with people.
And that's one of them. I really think that the Roller Droid is going to be something that rolls through the screen and you never see it again.
I hope there's a giant army of Roller Droids that team up with Gungans and Ewoks.
There's an Ewok in the Roller Droid like a hamster ball.
So again, the internet, you disappointed me, and you just blew up over half a second of a Roller Droid going through the thing, and
I didn't realize there were people upset about Roller Droid.
Oh, there were people up there.
I saw a Roller Droid tattoo. I saw a Roller Droid, and I was like, oh, that's kind of fun. That's a little concept.
I'm telling you that there were people that were upset about every fucking inch of this
Somebody
trailer.
picked up on the continuity between the chick that jumps on the speeder bike, and then all of a sudden she's taking off in this giant speeder bike. That it can't be the same shot because the angle of the handles over here and the shape of the thing doesn't match up over here. I'm just like, dude, calm yourself.
Get a life.
My thought is maybe that speeder bike docks into the other speeder bike.
Who knows? Who knows? In a year, we'll find out.
I'm sure the whole movie isn't going to be about that speeder bike.
But then.
Oh, no, you know what? I'm really stupid.
What?
I'm absolutely stupid because I'm looking at my notes here and I'm thinking about the Age of Ultron trailer. There's a reason it says full trailer attached to Age of Ultron and Tomorrowland.
Why? Tell me.
Because it was referencing the fucking full Star Wars trailer.
Oh. Your brain melted is what happened.
I'm an asshole.
All right. So then after Roller Droid and Giant Boxy Speeder Bike came the fucking Tri-Blade. That's what I'm calling it. The fucking Tri-Saber.
And again, what happened, ladies and gentlemen?
Internet fucking blew up.
Blew up the fucking internet. And it was
snowy forest.
I sat here, and that was the point that got me. Like, I dug the stormtrooper looking all scared. I dug the little roller droid. I dug the speeder thing. When dude is stumbling through the woods and lights up the saber, and the crossguard comes out, I went fucking ape shit. I thought that was the coolest thing in the world, and it was like, everybody's like, this is stupid, this wouldn't work, and I'm like, it's a fucking broadsword.
Stephen Colbert broke that shit down.
Yes.
Did you see that? That was great.
The Stephen Colbert clip, which I actually caught by accident. I know it's on the internet. I just happened to turn on the TV, and Stephen Colbert was starting that bit.
Yeah.
And I posted it on my Facebook page yesterday because it was brilliant. It was absolutely brilliant.
I was a Star Wars nerd 2 weeks before anyone.
But not only that, I mean, he breaks down how that would actually work.
Yeah.
And it was valid science.
What I liked about the Tri-Saber, it doesn't look, the blade itself does not look like a regular lightsaber. It looks like a fucking blowtorch.
It does. And
like whoever built it didn't have anybody to teach them that they gotta do it on their own.
And not only that, but I took it as, because the crystal is splitting the blade 3 ways, it's not like the beam strength isn't as clean.
It looks so
and I mean the thing is, it's like in Star Wars, people have been getting hands cut off in
exactly 6
movies now with the lightsaber. Why wouldn't this be a good idea?
That's one of the conversations I had with some of the guys at work about it was maybe that Sith in the hood with that lightsaber is Luke Skywalker.
That is a rumor that's been going around, and I don't know how I feel about that.
Well, we still have another scene to talk about, but there's something that just came out today regarding something about that, which I don't know if you read that. But let's talk about the next scene.
I didn't read that.
After the Tri-Saber goes, poof, all of a sudden,
the screen goes black,
and then you hear the music. And then the Millennium Falcon swooping. Oh, the X-wings over the water.
X-wings over the water was pretty cool.
I was like, that's so cool. But then the Millennium Falcon comes swooping in, and it's flying and looping, and it's got a different satellite dish on it.
And that was the thing. Like, I was excited because I'm like, oh shit, it's missing the satellite. It's missing the radar dish. And then, like, I watched it like 30 times in a half hour. And, or maybe not 30 times, maybe 15 times in a half hour. Because it's about
88 seconds.
But then I noticed that it's got the sensor array, the radar on it, but it's a
little rectangular one.
A little rectangular one, which I'm
it's lower profile for diving into shit.
Totally on board for. I would have been absolutely cool if it wasn't there at all.
Yeah. But so good.
That scene was cool as hell because I've always been like, we've seen 6 movies with these ships flying around in space. It's kind of cool seeing these ships like in the atmosphere.
But again, the internet blew up Because why are they flying in the atmosphere? Because shit. Where else do they take off from?
And this is why I hate the internet, and the three of us are guilty of this because we've been doing this with Batman versus Superman for 6 months now.
Which that trailer's going to be attached to The Hobbit, apparently.
Yeah.
2 years before the movie's coming out. Just saying.
But this trailer was everything that I hoped, and I was one of the people that got fooled on Thursday because I saw a couple fan-made trailers.
Oh.
And I didn't post them because I'm thinking like, no, these can't be right. But
honestly, I thought this one was a fan-made trailer at first because
there was.
When John Boyega first jumped up, at first I didn't recognize him, so I'm like, all right, what the fuck is this? And then I was like, okay.
But I there was one out there that was brilliant. It looked like it really could have been, but I'm like, I just can't see it having been online on Thursday. But there were a couple that were out there that were absolute garbage. There's one that took scenes from other movies and put them together, try to make you think that
Yeah, almost like that Thundercats fan trailer from a few years ago that everybody got so hyped up about.
And then trailer is awesome.
Really.
Again,
I could watch that and start crying a little bit
because it's not real.
I want it.
But for as much as Guardians reminded me why I fell in love with Star Wars in the first place when I was a wee little kid.
Mm-hmm.
This did the exact same thing. And I'm just like, I looked at my wife and I'm like, I'm booking a week off. I'm taking a week off of work. I don't care where I am. I'm taking a week off of work.
It's coming out around Christmas, so
it is.
When you come for Christmas, we're gonna have to go see it in the theater.
We will. And I'm going to see it 15 times if I can, because that's what I did with Phantom Menace. And
now, the thing that came out today about the trailer, deeper Star Wars nerds than us are down to analyzing sounds in the trailer.
Yes.
And apparently,
there's a saber sound, which is
the end.
Saber at the end is supposedly Luke's original saber.
For the one that fell off of Cloud City when his hand fell off.
So I am thinking that's kind of an idea that I do like. That this Sith is Luke, they kind of do the Heir to the Empire Luke, where it's a clone.
Yeah.
Of Luke. It's not the actual Luke Skywalker, and then at the end Luke has to come and fight this clone. That's kind of what I'm hoping for. If the rumors that Luke is the bad guy in this movie.
I don't think they're gonna make him the bad guy. I don't see that happen. I can see him maybe he's exiled himself.
I can see that.
And he's a little crazier.
This is one thing I can say, and I will honestly say this, and I will honestly do this. If that is the case, and Luke is revealed to be the bad guy, I will walk out of the theater.
Yeah, but you won't know until the end, because there might be a twist. So you have to watch it once.
I will. No. If I might not give it that much of a chance.
What if evil Luke talks in the Joker voice?
Ha! That'd be great.
I might still walk out.
Joker.
I'm not a fan of the idea. I really won't walk out, but I won't go see. I won't go see it a second time.
I'm lying, but still.
I'm done. But
I didn't walk out at This Is Pod Racing. I ain't gonna walk out at anything.
No, but really, I think if they do the whole Luke is the bad guy and then it's revealed that it's a clone of Luke and Luke has to come out of exile and fight the clone, I'm okay with that.
What if that doesn't happen until the second movie? What if everybody thinks the clone is real Luke, and then real Luke doesn't show up till movie 2?
I don't know if I'll come.
And then by movie 3, clone Luke turns good and they call him Scarlet Luke.
I can't. I just can't. I
He's
can't
Ben
invest.
Luke.
I can't invest into that. I can't.
He's Luke Riley.
I can't. You can't take. It's for me. You just can't do that. You can't turn. I mean, and I know, like in the expanded universe that doesn't exist anymore, Luke has gone back and forth between.
Yeah.
I
I totally expect him at some point to be a little dark side. I totally expect it.
I expect him to be a little crazy.
Yeah.
But even with that, I'm not like and that's something that's been kind of bugging me for of little bits and pieces of rumor and whatnot that I've heard. I don't, for me, and again, I'm going into it. I'm excited. Don't take it that I'm not. Don't take it. I can't wait to. I cannot wait to see this movie. But I'm not a fan of the idea that the original gang kind of went their separate ways.
Yeah, maybe Luke and Leia got a little picket fence on the planet, and they got their thing. I want to see Lando. Lando needs to be there. Donald Faison as Lando's son.
I really need to, like, I really just, there's just a part of me that just, and some of this is because of the expanded universe. I would imagine.
That's because in our minds, that shit happened.
And that's the thing. That's the one thing that I don't like about this whole the expanded universe doesn't count kind of thing. Because I've invested in these books. I invested in these books until they killed off Chewbacca, and then I was kind of like, I'm kind of done.
I heard Chewbacca might have a robo arm.
I've heard that.
I kind of dig that. Maybe the arm turned into a crossbow, Mega Man style. That'd be kind of
I'm still. I was going in cautiously optimistic. Now I'm optimistic, but there's still just that little bit in me that's going.
I trust in J.J. Abrams.
He just and I guess in a way, now I understand how the diehard Trek fans feel.
Yeah,
because I loved his Trek movies.
I loved them. They weren't. That's because they weren't for Star Trek fans. They were for Star Wars fans.
They were Star Wars fans.
For normal people.
So I'm really kind of I'm really just kind of feeling like I'm finally understanding how the Trek fans feel about those movies, and I know Trek fans that enjoyed those movies, but I'm still optimistic, especially after those 88 seconds, and I could just watch that Falcon scene over and over and over again.
And the X-Wing scene was done well.
Yeah.
It was, I think, one of the, I don't know if you saw that cartoon that I put up on the Ninjaverse Facebook page with the guy sitting at the internet going, all right, I'm going to watch this Star Wars.
Yeah. And that was that wasn't me going in. I ran out into the living room, and I wasn't going to watch it on my computer. I was going to watch it on my TV. I ran out into the living room and yelled at my wife and mother-in-law that I needed 2 minutes of silence, exact silence.
Shush!
And shush wasn't the word I used. I said, I need you both to shut up for 2 minutes. My wife took her mother out of the apartment so I could watch the trailer in peace. And again, and that was it. That was me. That for those 88 seconds, I was that little kid again.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. It's just okay.
Yeah, I was I looked at I was at the diner for breakfast, and I looked at my phone and saw that it was out and available to watch. And nothing irks me more than when I'm someplace eating and somebody's watching something on their phone with the sound on. It drives me insane. I'm like, what? When somebody's got their kid and they're at a restaurant and their kid's playing a video game with the sound on or watching a video, I'm like, oh, I fucking hate that. And I'm like, fuck it, I gotta watch Star Wars.
Yeah, you were that guy for those.
Let somebody be the ornery asshole like I get when I mean, it's a diner. It's not like I'm in a nice restaurant. Everybody's screaming at each other and there's noise and stuff. We're gonna watch the trailer, and I actually let Angela watch it first, and then I watched it, and then I went home and watched it on something a little bit better, and then I showed it to my brother, and had to tell my mother to be quiet.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
it's like, just give us these 2 minutes. That's all we want. So
Not even
I'm
2 minutes. It's 1 minute and 20.
yeah, not even 2 minutes, but
It was enough.
2 minutes of watching it, and then 40
But
seconds
part
of
of
just
me,
digesting what you saw.
as cool as the cool stuff looked, part of me wants to hope that J.J. Abrams just put it up as a work. That he's fucking with everybody.
And he might be. He absolutely might be.
That there's no roller droid and there's no
Or saber with a cross
I'll
guard.
cry if the tri-saber's not there.
I will be disappointed. The roller droid I don't care about. The cross guard on the saber I totally dig, and my jaw dropped when I saw that, and I'm like,
I've been back and forth on it, and mostly because I think with watching some of the Star Wars cartoons, and there's been a couple different variations on the lightsaber, that I'm like, just leave the lightsaber alone and give me a normal lightsaber.
yeah.
No, when that tri-saber hit, I screamed. Like, I'm not even talking about like
what I did. I went
scream. I screeched and covered my mouth, and my kids came in and like, "What's wrong?" I'm like, I rewound. I'm like, "Look!"
And they didn't understand.
No, they did. Harley was like,
because if they didn't understand, I'm gonna have to yell at them next.
No,
week.
no, no. They understood. Although Victoria, you will have to talk to her because she still likes Jar Jar Binks. So you need to talk to that kid. I know.
That's fine. Different generation thing.
A different generation thing. To quote Simon Pegg in Space, you don't know. You weren't there at the beginning.
All right, we are running a little long, but I have two pieces of what the fuck news. One was the original what the fuck news I was going to do.
Do that one last.
Yeah, because that's the palate cleanser.
That's going to have to be the palate cleanser.
Because goddamn, are you going to need your palate cleansed?
And I just want to know what the fuck. How?
All right, before we even start, this is next level brony shit, and this is probably the grossest story we will ever tell on this podcast.
If you have a weak stomach,
please leave for a couple minutes.
Fast forward.
I'm disturbed about where this could possibly go.
Okay.
The bronies thing in general bothers me.
I do not want to read the headline.
The brony thing is weird. I'm amazed that
everybody has their own thing.
Exactly. I'm a Star Wars nerd. That I'm not judging. I get the brony thing. I watched the documentary on the brony thing. I get it. I've seen bronies. I've met bronies. They're cool. I'm just not a brony.
Yes.
I'm surprised that you haven't seen this anywhere in the past day and a half, because it's made the rounds. And
I've been working 10-hour days.
All right, well, I'm not going to read the headline.
Read the headline.
You want me to read the headline?
Read the headline.
All right.
You got to read the headline because people need to know. Now, once again, there is a disclaimer that if you have a weak stomach, please leave the room.
For a second.
For like a good 2 minutes.
This is off of toplessrobot.com is where I saw the article.
Yeah, I believe that's where I saw it.
This is the actual headline that he wrote. Okay, some dude accidentally boiled a My Little Pony toy in his own semen.
Yes. And the look on Mike's face. God damn, I wish that could have been the big screen. So if you're not, if you watch the video podcast, and even if you don't, go to the video podcast, fast forward to this point, and look at the lower, left-hand corner of the screen, and just watch Mike's face.
All right.
Now.
Yes.
I would read that sentence again.
Okay. Okay. Some dude accidentally boiled a My Little Pony toy in his own semen.
All right. Now, if you just take almost any two words starting from accidentally, just any two words from that sentence and put them together, there's something wrong. Like, accidentally boiled is wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever context it is. If you've
accidentally dropped Sparkle Sunshine in a boiling pot of water, okay.
Odd. I guess Yes, it could happen.
It could happen, you know. It could be playing with, he could be dancing around with My Little Ponies, going, you know, I'm friendship is magic, and you know he's making some spaghetti, and you know, but the thing falls in the water. Okay.
Maybe it was Rainbow Dash
and his own semen and.
Okay.
Now.
There are two phrases in that.
I've boiled water. I've soup. You know, if you leave something on a burner too long. Now, if you only put a little bit of water in a pot or a pan and you turn the heat on, it evaporates. It won't boil.
This is a mason jar, roughly, with a Rainbow Dash figure.
Now,
I am so.
I can fill a mason jar.
Please God, don't say you're gonna fill a mason jar with.
No, I'm just saying like water. You could fill a glass of water in seconds. Milk. Things that you could buy in bulk and pour into something. Semen is kind of you gotta whip up a batch.
Yeah.
And you gotta work to fill a mason jar.
Time.
But a mason jar ain't, you know, it's not little. A mason jar is, you know, decent.
It's a big mason jar.
It's a big mason jar.
Okay.
Especially something that's gonna hold like a Sparkle Dash or.
It's a full-size Rainbow Dash pony figure. So. Anyway.
This guy had to have blisters on.
Let me read.
All right.
Okay.
We're still trying to wrap our brains around this, and I saw the article and did not read it.
Now I saw a small
need
version
to know.
of the picture, but we'll get to that in a second. All right. So this is the quote from there. First of all, it's just a bunch of I and what and oh my god, and then there's an actual snippet from the article. For some time now, I'm reading this now. The Pony Cum Jar Project. He had a name.
There's a name for it?
The Pony Cum Jar Project, yes, has been going down in the shadows, with one anonymous man collecting all of his ejaculations in a jar containing a Rainbow Dash toy. This week, the man was horrified to find the jar, which had been stored too close to a heat radiator, had evidently caramelized the glucose in his semen. The resulting stench was reportedly too unbearable to continue the project.
I think I'm done.
I
think this has.
I am so disturbed on so many fucking levels right now.
I won't play anymore.
Yeah,
I'm getting rid of all my action figures.
I'm done.
Would you like to hear the actual quote from the guy? This is, I guess, what he put up on Reddit. I'm assuming it was on Reddit.
Now, this is my thing before you even read this quote.
Okay.
What you do in the privacy of your own home with your Rainbow Dash figurines is on you, man. Don't need it on Reddit.
Nope.
Don't need to see it on Topless
I
Robot.
don't want to know what dark corners of the internet they were talking about this in. But I've seen some dark corners of the internet. Never once.
We're adults. We've all seen some dark corners of the internet.
All right. So here's his actual little snippet. I'm not clicking on the article. I'm just reading the snippets on the front page here. I come before you. He sounds like official and shit. I know. Already, he's off to
stand before you.
Yes. No, I come before you today to reveal a horrible accident to the Pony Cum Jar Project.
All right, this is fake because if you're gonna start the sentence with "I come before you,"
the place where I was hiding my cum jar was actually on top of a kind of radiator that was connected to our furnace. Basically, the Rainbow Dash figure had been boiled in cum. It's brown now, and for comparison, I also have another glass of cum.
I am so fucking disturbed right now. I'm probably, when we're done here, I'm probably gonna go vomit.
Yeah, like I said, I saw a small version of the picture because I was looking at my phone. I did not want to zoom in. It looked like a jar of piss with a thick layer of bacon fat on top.
No. Oh!
That's basically what it looked like.
Dude, I'm not even joking. Like, shit actually just came up.
Okay. Believe that. But just know, some shit went down with Rainbow Dash. Now, let me do the top.
I'm bothered by the brony thing in general because it's grown men obsessed with a toy product. I said made for
Marketed to girls. Marketed to
girls.
Yeah.
And I guess if you were a little kid, a little boy, and you played with My Little Ponies, whether you had a sister or just if you liked horses, it was the horse toy to get. Fine. All right. But if you're a grown man filling a fucking 8 to 12 ounce jar with jizz, so you can
there's a line, goddammit.
A little girl toy in it.
There's a line.
I want this man incarcerated.
Okay.
I'm serious.
Evaluated.
Yeah. All right. Let's move off of this.
No, hold on. If this is real, if this dude really did this, he needs severe psychological help. You know, there was a documentary I saw on Netflix about the bronies, and I watched it just because I was curious as to what the whole.
And they do good things.
Was it 90 minutes? You guys just jerking off on toy horses?
Yeah, you guys jerking off on ponies. You know, and I was like, because I didn't understand it. Now, like my first experience, kind of, I guess, could say experience, or actually seeing a brony. I had never heard of a brony until we went to PAX.
Yeah.
And you pointed somebody out, and you're like, "Oh, there's a dude in a Rainbow Dash hat." And I'm like, "What the fuck is Rainbow Dash?" And you're like, "Oh, it's a brony." It's you had to explain bronies to me.
Yeah.
So I watched this thing.
I know a lot of things.
I watched it because I was just like, all right, I understand fandom. I understand the crazy fandom thing. I mean, my room was covered in Star Wars toys for 20 years.
And I'm not gonna lie, I'm looking forward to a Gemini
my room was covered in at all.
But I just, and like, again, I get that, I guess the cartoon is a positive thing and people get stuff out of it and stuff, but
life lessons and shit, but
there is just
no words.
There is just
okay.
There is just a line that
you don't cross.
And
yeah, and I mean, this year, you and me, Chris, had a conversation with a man who wanted to be married while he was dressed
as pregnant Padme.
Yeah, a pregnant Padme Amidala.
Okay.
Now,
and dude was cool, but they were cool.
Weird,
I actually converse with them occasionally. I actually might try to get them on the show one time.
They were a fun, interesting family.
They actually did something, and I feel bad because I was supposed to promote it. I said I was going to promote it on the podcast, and it just slipped my mind. But they actually did some sort of charity thing, and it was to get everybody. It was a cosplay thing where they had people dress up like their favorite Robin Williams characters, and like all the proceeds were going to like depression and that sort of thing, like suicide prevention, which was awesome, and which is why I wanted to get them on the show. And it just
they were odd, different people, and weirdness, but relatively harmless.
Yeah,
they weren't jerking off on anything.
Now let me get to my original what the fuck news that got trumped.
I don't know. I was gonna say, I think you opened it to closer.
I did. But no, this one we changed it because this is the palate cleanser. Even though
I kind of needed the palate cleanser.
This is disturbing in a different way.
Okay.
It's a disturbing in that Pizza Hut should not have this technology kind of way. In certain markets, Pizza Hut is testing something called the subconscious menu. So if you go into Pizza Hut and you don't quite know what you want on your pizza, they hand you an iPad-like device with a selection of pizza toppings on it. apparently this shit has Stephen Hawking type technology in it, where it will track where you're looking, and after like 30 seconds, it comes up with a pizza based on where your eyes went the most.
If you go into Pizza Hut, one, you're not a real fan of pizza.
I haven't had Pizza Hut in like 10 years.
Two, if you go into Pizza Hut and you don't know what you want on your pizza, you shouldn't be going into Pizza Hut.
It's true.
I mean, how much variation on pizza can they? It's like sausage, pepperoni, mushrooms,
onions,
well, just
anchovies.
what they're showing here, they're showing like cheese sauce, steak, shrimp, olives, tomato, pineapple, all kinds of just stuff. And it just tracks where you're looking, and after 30 seconds, like, oh, maybe you'll like this pizza.
If
but
you
maybe
go
I
and
won't.
get a pizza with shrimp on it, you should just instantly throw it in the toilet and cut out the middleman.
You don't want shrimp?
Just in your underwear and throw it in the toilet and avoid the gastrointestinal distress.
Because I'm sorry, if I want pizza, I'm getting from like a mom and pop pizza joint, and I kind of know what I want.
And if I want fast food pizza, I mean, I'll get Domino's occasionally if I want like just fast food pizza, because I love their cheesesteak pizza. It's so good. But I think the more disturbing fact is Pizza Hut has retinal scan technology now. I don't like that.
Yeah, let me, and the other thing is, it's like, that's kind of like, I'm going into I'm going into Pizza Hut, and I don't really want to feel pressured into what I want to get on my pizza. Maybe I want to browse the menu a little bit. Maybe I want to decide if I want sausage or pepperoni, or maybe sausage and pepperoni. Who knows? I might be crazy, but I don't need the pressure of some fucking iPad telling me that I should order this pizza.
Now, here's a possible horror story that could happen. What if somebody was looking at this iPad and they were trolling the internet and they found that article about the My Little Pony thing, and that's up there, and then you look at that and you're reading that, and then they serve you a pizza that's got little girl toys and weird guy jizz on it.
We're done.
Excuse me.
All right. I think there's
Plastic
no
pony hair and man cum on my pizza, and I ain't fucking happy about it.
We're ending it now. I'm tapping out. We're done for this episode.
Wait. No, I don't have anything.
No, we're done. I got nothing. Oh, I did find the name of that Tom and Jerry episode, though. It's called Blue Cat Blues. It only aired a couple times, the suicidal Tom and Jerry.
I'm going to have to look that up now.
Okay. And it aired in 1956.
I'm writing that down.
Blue Cat Blues.
Cat Blues.
And Jerry actually talks. He narrates it.
Oh, okay.
So,
fantastic.
Yeah. All right, so I hope you enjoyed this episode. Up until the last 15 minutes.
We're so sorry.
You know where to find us, ninjaverse.wordpress.com, facebook.com/theninjaverse, youtube.com/ninjaverse, Stitcher, all the internet places everywhere. So, I'm Will.
I'm Chris.
I'm Mike.
And we're all disturbed. Good night.
Fuck.